Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host 𝙒𝙖𝙩𝙤. Today I am bringing this live because there's something really bad happening in West Bengal, and we wanted to kind of draw your attention to what is happening. We are going to submit you some video evidences as well as photographic evidence, and if you go and look at the web post of this video, you will see even more documentation. A lot is happening. It appears, I'm not sure if this is true or not, only the West Bengal administration can say, it appears that some in the West Bengal administration are coercing Hindus to convert to Muslim Islam in some districts where the Hindus are in a minority. Malda is one, and there's a couple of other districts. To know more about all these things, we have with us Devdutta Maji. He's no stranger to us, and he has been at the forefront of trying to make sure that Hinduism is protected, and he's also been trying to get many Muslims converted back into Hinduism. Let's welcome Devdutta Maji. Devdutta ji, namaskar and welcome to
Namaskar.
PGurus channel.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
So Devdutta ji, I'm going to put the question to you straight, sir. Is the West Bengal administration covertly or overtly, that is openly, trying to influence the minority Hindus in specific districts to convert to Islam? Because I'm really shocked, but you are the person on the ground, you can throw some light.
Namaste. Namaskar to all the viewers of PGurus. 𝙒𝙖𝙩𝙤𝙦, like what is already visible, West Bengal administration, they are not protecting the Hindus who are approaching the police station or approaching the superintendent of police for protection against the conversion that is going on, against the atrocities that is going on upon them, especially in the three Muslim majority districts of West Bengal, and even the Muslim majority blocks and subdivision. There are multiple of them in West Bengal, and there are Islamic groups who are working in a very organized manner to convert the common and simple ignorant Hindus of this state. And like in this case of Malda, the two brothers, both in their 40s, early and mid 40s, they are daily wage laborers, workers. Their they were brainwashed किया गया वो लोगों का, and they were converted to Islam. Both are having their families. One brother is having 2 children, and the other brother is having 3 children. So they both are converted, and they were pressurizing these 2 brothers along with their Muslim friends are now pressurizing this family to convert to Islam. And the saddest part is that the local police, the IC of Kaliachok police station that comes under Malda district, are also hand in glove with this Islamic people who are converting poor and ignorant Hindus on the ground in several villages of this particular district.
Now, Devdutta Maji, just for our viewers' sake, I wanted to find out, what is the religion of some of the police station officials? Are they Hindu? Are they Muslim? Are they Christian? I just need to know this because there are people who have this misguided notion that the religion comes above their nationhood.
The shocking part is, although not shocking for me, but it may be shocking others, the officer in charge or the inspector in charge of this case, of this police station, is a Hindu by faith, Hindu by name, and he is working for the Islamic movement, for the Islamic people, Muslim people. But he is not the only one. We cannot blame him totally. We can blame him, of course, but there are others also. Like I'm talking about entire state of West Bengal. The administration is controlled by the state government, run by the TMC, Trinamool Congress, and numerous political leaders of this particular party, they are working hand in hand and neck to neck with this Islamic goons, with this Islamic movement, and they are creating such an atmosphere that the police personnel, they cannot discharge their proper duty, the duty they are supposed to discharge, they are unable to do that. Such atmosphere is created in this state of West Bengal, and this is, mind you, this is soft jihad. You cannot see much violence in this. No buses, no house, no shops are looted or burnt in this type of jihad. This is simple dawah. I had been informing the government several times for the last few years. I've been sending them materials as well. Now I have sent you also
Yeah.
that there are organizations who are working in a very organized manner in each in each mehfil. This is a closed door mehfil, closed door meeting, closed door training center where 300, 400, 500 youths, both male and female, especially the newly converted Hindus, they are given training of Dawah. Dawah means invitation to Islam. That is one of the most holy aspects, holy duty of Islam. These youths are trained for that. They are given huge amount of money so that they can, in case of poor Hindus, they can easily influence and motivate them to come and join them in their, suppose the rozas, in their Islamic practices, and slowly convert them into Islam.
What kind of
This
money
is
are we
a
talking about? What kind of money are we
that
talking about?
that depends. That depends on the individual whom they have targeted. Sometimes it may be only a few thousand rupees. Sometimes it may be much more than that. Suppose a person is having a very bad time, then these fellows, they take this opportunity and try to give them some money, help them in some way or the other, and then pressurize them, brainwash them, try to gain their confidence. Any trick, whatever is required, they do in order to get that particular person and his or her family in their group, in their Islamic system, by converting them.
One question
So this,
there. Is,
yeah,
is
yes.
this is it periodic or is just one time? The money.
No, that also depends. In most cases, it is one time, or maybe sometimes twice the person is, this type of help is given. But this is a very large conspiracy that is going on, very large and very dangerous conspiracy. And I'm sure that our national security is at stake due to this type of dawa system. And I think all the state government and the national government must take strong step and action against these. That is quite visible also. Action taken which is not visible, I think that won't solve the problem here, because each and every Muslim, they have a social target, a religious target of turning any piece of land into Darul Islam, that is, come bring it under the rule and law of Sharia, and that is possible only by converting the people, the converting the Kafirs, that is the Hindus, in case of India, and that they can do in any way required, by violence, by soft violence, by land jihad, love jihad, and now this dawa also.
I'm going to play a video, Devdutta ji, and
রাখতে
hopefully
হবেই, কিন্তু
you
আমাদের
can
অনুরোধ
help
আপনারা
translate
নিজে
it. Viewers, you can follow it. It's in Bengali, but hopefully, after the thing is over, Devdutta ji will give us the gist of what is being discussed. Go ahead, please.
রাখতে হবেই, কিন্তু আমাদের অনুরোধ আপনারা নিজের, যেটা হিন্দু ধর্মের বেদ 4টি আছে, ঋক, সাম, যজু, অথর্ব, আপনার গীতা আছে, রামায়ণ, মহাভারত আছে, এগুলো তো ভিতরে কি আছে আপনাদের অবশ্যই বলছি, যে ভিতরের কি আছে দেখে নেন,
আমাদের হাদিস কোরআনের সত্য সঙ্গে
মিলিয়ে দেখে নেন। ইসলাম ধর্মে কি আছে আর হিন্দু ধর্মের ভিতরে কি আছে দেখেন। অন্ধকারে থাকবেন না, অন্ধকারে থাকলে মানে খুবই বোকামো হবে। আপনারা ভাবছেন না ঠাকুররা যারা আছে ওরা মানে মিথ্যা কথা বলছে। আপনারা ভালো করে দেখে নেন যে কোথায় কি আছে, না তো যত 1 টাকা যদি খরচা করেন কোনো পূজা উপলক্ষে তাহলে ওটাও ব্যর্থ হবে, কোনো কাজে লাগবে না। আর যে ইসলাম ধর্মে মাটি দিচ্ছে, মোর্চে মাটি দিচ্ছে, হিন্দু ধর্মে পুড়িয়ে দিচ্ছে, বলছে যে কিছুই হবে না, এটা ভুল কথা। মানুষ মরলে অবশ্যই তার হিসাব হয়। আপনারা অবশ্যই নিজের ধর্মকে জানুন, না জানলে আপনি অন্ধকারেই থাকবেন, আলোয় আসতে পারবেন না।
ইসলাম সম্বন্ধে অবশ্যই
ইসলাম সম্বন্ধেও জানুন আর হিন্দু সম্বন্ধেই জানুন। গাল দিয়ে লাভ নেই, গাল দিয়ে কোনো লাভ হবে না।
আমরা এখন খুব শান্তিতে আছি।
আমরা ইসলাম ধর্ম করেছি, আমরা গ্রহণ করেছি, তো আমরা বুঝতে পারছি ইসলাম ধর্মে কি আছে, হিন্দু ধর্মে কি আছে। আগে জেনেছি ভালো করে কোথায় কি আছে, তারপরে ইসলাম ধর্ম গ্রহণ করেছি। আমরা এত বোকা নয় যে একদম সরাসরি ইসলাম ধর্ম গ্রহণ করে নিয়েছি।
আমাদের পিছনে যত চলার চেষ্টা করবেন, আমাদের আক্রমণ কেউ পারে না, সঙ্গে আছে আল্লাহ।
আমাদের পিছনে মনে করবো যে ওদের মেরে ফেলে দেবো, আমাদের আল্লাহ যদি ঠিক থাকে কিছুই করতে পারবে না। যত জাদু টোনা মানুষ অনেক ছাড়ছে, বুঝতে পারছি গোটা ভারতবর্ষের জাদু, ওই জাদু করে গেলে যদি এক হয়ে যায়, জাদু ছাড়ে কিছুই করতে পারবে না। এক চুল পরিমাণ জাদু করে
হয়েছে।
All right, Devdutta ji, can you please give us a quick translation of this?
Yes, these are the two brothers who converted to Islam recently in Malda. One is Buddha, the other is Goranga, but now they are having new names. What they are claiming, what they are saying is Hindus must go through the Vedas, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and they also must go through the Quran and the Hadith, and they will find that Quran and Hadith is much superior. Allah is much powerful, and all the magics. Now what they are saying is all the magics they meant witchcraft that is done on them, on these two brothers from across the country, across India, will not work because Allah is with them. That is what they are saying, and they're also saying that the whole Muslim community, Allah is with them. No one can do any harm to them. This is what, and each and any money that we are using for doing pujas are going to waste. The pandits and all are fooling the Hindus. Islam, the bottom line is Islam is a much better path, much better religion. But this is what they are claiming.
So good, thorough brainwashing job that they have done of these two. And now there are also some other letters that we are going to be publishing in the as part of this web post. Devdutta ji, these are all complaints from people who are living there. Can you kind of summarize to us? Like here is one. Can you kind of tell us what is going on there?
So these are the letters written by the family members and all to the administration. Like the accused person are Khurshid Sheikh, Naju Sheikh, Barkati Sheikh. This Naju and Barkati are both son of Ginu Sheikh of Kismat, Madanpur, Kaliachak, then Habib Sheikh, Rabiul Sheikh, Muktabul Sheikh, and Tinu Sheikh. And there are quite a few others also who are instrumental in converting these two brothers. And there are other people also, like the Maulana and the Imam of the local masjid. They are also instrumental. But the sad part is, instead of going deep into its investigation and bringing the culprits and putting them into the custody, into the jail, the local administration, led by the Kaliachok police station IC, are not only sitting silently, but when the family members are going to the police station, when they went to the police station, in return, they are saying what to do. Your children, your husband, they have converted to Islam. You also convert to Islam. Everything will be peaceful then. So this is what is happening in Bengal, and this is not the only incident. Like maybe around 10 years back, 9 or 10 years back, Shriyarji, a lady came to me from Bajbaj. that is coming under South 24 Parganas. Her both son, she was having only two sons, and both of her sons was taken by a local Muslim, a contractor, and the local imam to Nagpur first, then to Mumbai. And when they came back after a year, both brothers were converted to Islam. They were having big beard, dari, and wearing those Islamic attires. And they were totally against their own parents. They were talking anti-national, things, anti-Hindu things. So this is what is happening. And from then, we came to know that this is not only going on in Bengal, that is happening in other parts of the country as well. And this incident is of 2011 and 2012. And this is continuing. You can see from this Dawa pamphlets and leaflets that this is an ongoing process, systematic, organized, ongoing process. And both central and state administration must take strong action. And suppose it is not highlighted. Now it is, you are highlighting this, the materials are with us, but what to do to stop it permanently? I think both central and the state governments, for the sake of this country, for the sake of the peace-loving Hindus of this country, madrasa education must be totally stopped, and Islamic gathering and violence practices must totally be banned across the country. And those people who are violating this, the people, their rights and their privileges must be totally be disconnected and banned.
Well, if things are so bad, Devdutta Ji, how did the Hindus of West Bengal end up electing TMC again?
Look, this is Mamata Banerjee is a seasoned politician, very seasoned, very shrewd politician, and she has strong lobby which are backing her. The election, I believe, this is my personal belief, that it was, if not fully, it was partially manipulated.
How?
Then, many ways, like on the day of the election, in the Hindu areas, they were threatened. Hindu percentage of voting became very less. The process of allowing a voter to enter the booth and pressing the button, the process of allowing this was very, very awkward. A voter card and those documents were not thoroughly checked, so a lot of proxy voting was there. So many things were there. The counting was not very satisfying. It was not at all proper, the counting, but still BJP got almost 2 crore 30 lakh votes in West Bengal. Only 20 or 30 lakh vote would have changed the scenario.
See, this is where things get a little interesting for me, Devdutta Ji. I've seen this pattern in West Bengal, in Kerala, and in Tamil Nadu also recently. And what it is the margins of victory for one side will be slim, but it will be consistent across the state. It's almost as if it has been planned by design. And if that was the case, what was the BJP volunteer workforce doing? Did they not expect all these things, Hindu intimidation?
No, I think this is again my personal
Yes.
opinion, personal statement. That is, the TMC cadres were much more trained. Their practice was much more higher in this platform. Whereas the BJP Karyakartas, their commitment level, their dedication, their honesty, their integrity, no question about that, 100% perfect. But they couldn't gauge the wickedness, the shrewdness of the TMC cadres. This is just like the the attackers, invaders who attacked India. No, our Prithviraj Chauhan, his commitment level was 100%. He was just and justified. He was a very pious person, but he was fooled. He was trapped by Muhammad Ghori, And even same type of things happened on the ground in West Bengal. Ignorant and innocent Karyakartas, they were fooled and they were trapped, and they needed much more training, much more guidance. This is what I think. And even the central forces, they should have been briefed about the local issues, about the local problems, you know, who is what, which type of people are going to manipulate the vote. These briefing was necessary. Ahead of, before any war, before any battle, the soldiers must be briefed and their, energy level, their motivation level has to be pumped. Same thing was required in the previous elections.
Well, see, this is the surprise. If the BJP could do so well in the Lok Sabha elections and then come up so short, that begs the question, did they become complacent, thinking that they are going to win?
First of all, BJP got 77 assembly seats in 2021 election. That
Right.
is, much more than what they got anytime, in the previous
Yeah.
election. Previously, it was only 2 and 3, and then previous to that, it was 0. From 0, 2, and 3 to straight to 77. This is quite significant. And 18 seats in Lok Sabha. That was also a very good performance by BJP as far as West Bengal is concerned. Yes, there was some people was complacent. BJP was a bit complacent for Bengal, but uh, consider the bigger picture, commitment level, then level of hard working, level of working on the ground. There was no one can complain. It was much good, very good. But again, what I said that some tuning somewhere were just lacking because yes, in some stages, in some cases, people were complacent.
Well, whatever it is, I think it is the population that is suffering now. Those who went out and worked for BJP are at the receiving end. And I still haven't seen any, retaliatory, not retaliatory, at least measures to try and deter this kind of stuff. Nobody should touch anybody else. Elections are over. Somebody has won, somebody has lost. Why unleash violence? Nobody has, so there are some cases in CBI. Do you think those things will be settled speedily, Devdutta ji? Any idea on what's happening on the cases?
Shreyas, I'm not too, I don't believe so much in this type of system. CBI administration, they will do their work. We can only hope that they will perform. But what I believe is empowering the masses, motivate them so that they can take their own responsibility in protecting themselves, in protecting their society, their family, their dignity, their honor, their temples, their religion, their culture, their sanskrit. Because just few hundred kilometers away from Delhi is Kashmir. And in 1990, with the presence of lakhs and lakhs of soldiers, Kashmir went away from our hand. Just in the span of 1, 2, or 3 weeks, there was call from masjids and Hindus were forced to flee Kashmir. Lakhs of them fled. Thousands were raped and brutally murdered. Thousands were converted. So Kashmir is only 2 or 300, few hundred kilometers from Delhi, and West Bengal is over 1,000, almost 2,000 kilometers away from Delhi. So people of Bengal must learn the art and technique, and they must gain that strength and confidence to protect themselves against all odds, against all type of attacks, especially the jihadi attacks and political attacks. We must protect ourselves. CBI is there, administration is there. They will do their work, but we do have to protect ourselves. We do have to protect our territories, our area, our motherland.
Thank you so much, Devdutta ji. And viewers, Devdutta ji is working very hard to bring people back, Ghar Wapsi, and we have put in the description his bank account and other details. Please feel free to donate to the cause. It is very, very hard painstaking work. I have seen him introduce some of these boys and girls who have come back from Islam to Hinduism, and he has been at it for a few years now. All I would say is please take a look at it. We can't go there every day, but at least Devdutta Maji is willing to do that, and he has been at this. He's got a full-time job, but this is what he's also working on. So, thank you so much, Devdutta ji, and we will be again rejoining you perhaps in 2 to 3 weeks' time. Hopefully, the situation improves and that the West Bengal government takes cognizance and starts acting. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you. Namaskar ji.